Welcome to Photo Finds. I'm your host Kevin, and this week we are starting in Disney's Hollywood Studios, where it's been a few weeks since we've been here, so let's have a look at the stage show they've got set up at the front of the park. This is near the Sorcerer's Mickey hat, of course. They've got some decorations set up for Monsters University. This, of course, being the more recent Monsters movie that's currently out in theaters. Sully's scare moves are part of what gets done here. It's a stage show that culminates with confetti. And we have both Mike and Sully out on the stage, as well as some cheerleaders, dancers, and the live band. Now, the cheerleaders and dancers stick around after Mike and Sully leave, and in fact, it becomes kind of an ongoing party. It really ups the ante and ups the energy of the area, and by the nighttime, so this picture was taken a few hours later, it becomes the Scare Supply, pun of the band Air Supply, that is performing for us. And so these are some of the same musicians you know from the daytime music group that plays here at Hollywood Studios, just now reconfigured for the nighttime entertainment. Now, the same Monsters Incorporated, Monsters University area has these cornhole type beanbag games for the kids over in one corner. They've got a new drink booth opposite the American Idol experience set up here, and you can see the drink prices on the side. Let's get another look at those drinks, and you can see that they are alcoholic drinks and selling for about $11. We're going to see a little bit of a theme emerging with this week's update about drinks. The Monsters University area has been rounded out with this merchandise cart. Now, the cart's usually here. It's just not always themed to Monsters University. It's not the only Monsters thing in the park. There has long been a meet and greet area at the exit to the Backlot Tram Tour. This has now been rethemed to Monsters University with both grads and undergrads. This sort of familiar door they have set up there, and this is the meet and greet area. Now, we were visiting after hours, so we didn't get to see the characters, but you can see the backdrop there and the fact that they've got it decorated like a college campus, I guess. They've got all sorts of banners out and advertisements as though this were an actual college campus. Really part of the placemaking that they do whenever they put up a meet and greet area as best they can to try to make you feel like you're in the actual space that is meant to be represented there. So that's why they have this fake bookstore merchandise for Monsters University. They should sell that stuff there. Actually, might possibly do some good. Student affairs and campus life type posters, as well as the faculty pictures. You'll see that in a moment. And here's the close-up of the campus, as according to this map here, and there's the faculty pictures. While we were on the big city area, the Streets of America area, I thought I would snap this picture. Just kind of caught my eye that the stoplight here is red, but it's facing the same direction as green, and facing toward the San Francisco area. Now, that didn't stay that way. A moment later, both of the lights were green. It just occurred to me that the lights were rotating on their own without any sense of what the other one is doing, disconnected from each other. Just found it an interesting detail that I'd never really noticed on that street. As well as this detail further up the street, and this is closer to the facade backdrop, a supposed art gallery has Hercules stuff down at the lower corner. Hercules the baby in the upper left, and Hercules gods and titans in a battle in the right. Now, this is just a facade. There's nothing to the store, but I've never really poked my head over there to see it. It's probably been there since day one. Muppet Vision has gotten its signs for Fast Pass Plus and Standby. And if we go inside, now this is a prop that's been there for a couple of months. It's obviously coming with my Disney Experience, my Magic Plus. There's going to be something interactive going on with this mirror later on. It's not turned on yet. And I don't know that I've noticed this before. The set of crates was not previously here next to the Tutti Frutti sign over at the front of the queue or the waiting area. Now, at the back of the waiting area, this sign I'm pretty sure was not here the last time I visited. It currently says for rent. It's clearly hooked up to be something more like a screen, an interactive screen, something like a speaker over here as well. So hopefully that will turn on when everything else turns on and we won't be mistaken. Switching over to Tower of Terror gift shop, this caught my eye. Now, this is not actually from Tower of Terror, it's from the Haunted Mansion. You probably recognize that bat symbol as being the stanchion topper inside the queue at Haunted Mansion, just before you get on the loading zone. What we're looking at actually are wine stoppers. These are cork replacements, and they cost about $20. I don't know what they were doing exactly at the Tower of Terror gift shop, but the thematic is pretty similar, so it's common that they'll have crossover merchandise like this tray from the Haunted Mansion and the wallpaper, and this Leota music box, which does have a music box, and it plays a familiar Grim Getting Ghost song in music box chiming format. Switching parks over to the Magic Kingdom, we see that the side which had all of the paper turnstiles, or turnstiles for the paper tickets, has now been closed off almost entirely. There's just a couple of turnstiles left over there. Otherwise, we are down to the other side of the entrance area, which accepts the newer RFID cards. This is the ice cream shop next to Stitch's Great Escape. And I promised you there's a couple other drinks that are new around the parks. I didn't go in all the restaurants, maybe I should have, because many of them seem to have new drinks available. Some of them labeled for limited time magic. This one's an orange slush, not labeled for limited time magic, from Cosmic Rays, just next door to that, for $4. Let's take a look around the Seven Dwarfs Mine Coaster. Now, as you can see, even from a distance, they've got more of this yellow tarp stuff going on, and what that means, of course, is that they're building more rock work. This is the layer that goes on before they start slapping the concrete and those sorts of things onto it. And you get a look from the other side, from the same window of the other side. You can see increasingly we're not seeing the track, which is great. That means the mountain's going to cover up the track by the time all of this is done. Now this is the other window, looking over by, I guess, the castle side, looking in through the fence here, and you can see they've added some timbers and this berm around the outside here, just to give it some more feeling that we're on a mine train rather than just a regular roller coaster. Another view of that same window. Increasingly there are rocks around the outside of the track here. There's another rock coming here. And there are some more timbers stacked up here for placement elsewhere around the track. Really starting to get there when it comes to the theme for that ride. Gaston Meet and Greet has moved a little bit off to the side. These are closer to the bathrooms than the statue where I had previously seen him. And in the nearby Bonjour Village Gifts shop, you'll find there's a new emphasis on artwork. So they are selling these lithographs and giclées and so forth, and photographic reproductions. Many of them are, no surprise, Belle and the Beast related. This one showing Belle looking up at a castle. It's a little confusing because that's actually Cinderella's castle if you look at it carefully enough. It's not Beast's castle at all. Here is something that didn't actually happen in the movie, but could have. Certainly recalls a couple of the scenes. There's the Beast Castle as we know it from Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom. This one is a little different than the others in the store because it wasn't priced in the $300 range. Probably would be because this one appears to be the original rather than just a reproduction, as most of these other artworks are. They're only a couple $100. Many of them are signed, some of them are numbered, but they appear to be reproductions. Here's another interesting one. As you can see in the corner here, it's labeled The Magic Kingdom, and yet the picture is one of Sleeping Beauty's castle from Disneyland. So a little confusing because we're in the Magic Kingdom in Orlando, but that's Disneyland's castle. Gaston's Tavern has a sign for sale here. I'd seen that at the Art of Disney stores recently, but not the Gaston's Tavern beer stein or the mug, also for sale here. For a little while, the Haunted Mansion has had these signs greeting you as you open up the door, saying that the doors open up automatically toward you, and please keep back and step away. Columbia Harbor House recently had a refurbishment on the outside, and I noticed this painting showing the Columbia sailing ship. No surprise there, given the name of this restaurant, but the way the sailing ship is painted and the way it looks is a clone of the Columbia sailing ship from Disneyland over in Anaheim, where they have one of these in addition to the big paddle wheel ship going around rivers of America. Over at Pinocchio Village House, the menu boards are new. So not only do these boards move, they're digital and they're animated. Sometimes, not sometimes, always, these clock pieces are in motion as well. So the hands are spinning faster than actual time passing. It's really just providing kinetics. But the menu boards themselves provide kinetics because they keep shifting and showing you different things. And they didn't change the menu itself, just the menu boards. And here's yet another one of those attempts to make a signature drink in the theme park. They've obviously become inspired by the idea of having a signature drink, maybe even one for every restaurant. And that's probably a good thing because I'm sure there are going to be some winners that emerge out of that process. That does it for yet another week of Photo Finds. We thank you as always for your attention. We'll catch you next time.